Hi everyone, Miss S here. This video is for bow hold. We're just reviewing some techniques from last year that helped us with our bow hold. So the first one we're going to review is chop, flop, hang, wiggle, pop. So you're going to need your bow for this. If you don't have a bow right now, use a pencil. So I'm going to go chop, 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 and all that stuff. You just follow along with me. Ready? Chop, 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 chop. Then you chop, chop, chop. Now we chop, flop, chop, flop, chop. Your turn. Chop, flop, chop. My turn. Chop, flop, hang. Your turn. Chop, flop, hang. My turn. Chop, flop, hang, wiggle. Your turn. Chop, flop, hang, wiggle. My turn. Chop, flop, hang, wiggle, pop. Your turn. Ready, go. Chop, flop, hang, wiggle, pop. All right, so our next technique is telescope. So you're going to put your bow down and you're just going to put your thumb and your two middle fingers together. So you're making a little llama or rock on. And if you look through, you should be able to see through the telescope. If your thumb is not bumpy, then you will not be able to see through the telescope, right? So we want to make sure we have a little telescope, there we go, that we can see through. The next thing I want you to think about is your thumb on your bow hand, so your bumpy thumb. And when I talk about bumpy thumb, I'm talking about that knuckle is bent when you're holding your bow. So banana thumb is a straight thumb. We don't want that kind of curving out like a banana. We want to have a bumpy thumb. And remember, you can feel that knuckle, feel how bent it is. It's not straight line, right? There's a bend in that. So we've got our bump and then our two middle fingers right over top. And that's our telescope again. Okay, and the last part of the bow we're going to talk about, our bow hold, is we've done our chop, flop, hang, wiggle, pop, right? And we're in there. If you have your llama ears, we talked about that last year, right? Llama ears are free. If you're a violin or viola, your ring finger hits the eye of the frog. Your middle finger hits the ferrule, that silver part right there. Pointer finger just drops down right next to it. Some of you want to do this. We don't want to do that. We want to bring it in right next to our middle finger. And then our pinky just drops and hangs out right on the stick for violin and viola. And we turn a little bit. We lean into that pointer finger. We don't want to go like that. We want to put all of that weight on the pointer finger. For cellos and basses, right, we have a little bit of a different bow hold. The fingers come down a little bit more. The pinky will hang forward. Sometimes we like to put it on the eye. That's kind of where I like to land when I'm on a cello bow or a bass bow. Still have a bumpy thumb, right? And you can still feel that bumpy thumb. Your fingers might touch the hair of the bow, and that's okay. So that's our cello bow hold and bass bow hold.